Hey guys, Martin here. TSI, how you doing? Hope you're well. Just wanted to do a quick little vid. Two things. One, hope you're all surviving this crazy crap going on in the world right now. Hard to believe that it's been, in my opinion, blown out of proportion to what it is. That's just me. I haven't had any contact with it firsthand. I don't know anyone that's gone down with it. Did speak to someone at work today who is in self-isolation, but for me, from the little world I live in, it just feels like this whole corona thing is a movie. The panic buying, the toilet paper crap, pardon the pun, it just seems so far away, yet apparently it's so close. I just hope that everyone out there, all of you guys or anyone you know, isn't being drastically affected by it. We're starting to see a knock-on effect at work, and I'm sure many other people are as well. Time's only going to make life harder, getting stuff out of China, all that kind of stuff. But the crazy thing is, according to the news, believe what you like, China's not really got an issue now. They're all getting better. So, again, hope you guys are not having too much of a drama with this bloody COVID-19 stuff that's going on. Just got to hope it blows over real quick. They open the ports. All my airsoft mates can get over to NZ in a couple of months to go and play. Other friends of mine supposed to be traveling. Just get it done. I hope we can get it done. And me, we're supposed to be going. It's not till October, fortunately, but we got Oswine again coming up in October. The ports better be open by then, because we got to go and throw or shoot hard plastic ball bearings or ball BBs at people, not jelly beans. Speaking of jelly beans, it's back. This is my Gen 9, Jinming Gen 9, that Shannon from Shaka's Clackers has had for a little bit. Yes, I don't have my proper optic on here because it's now on here. And I don't have my normal Trijicon RMR on here because it's up here. So this one's an old fake copy of a Dr. Red Dot. So my Gen 9's back. This one was my first M4 and my only M4 until the Azrael Blitz came along. It's very light compared to that, being nylon receiver. It's got the metal buffer tube. It's got the metal fore end. Doesn't have a metal gearbox. It's got the nylon gearbox with metal internals. But this one, for pretty much all of last year, ever since I built the thing, it's been pretty quick build. Shannon built it for me at Shaka's Clackers with a Chihai red copy. It wasn't even a real one. 12 to 1s, 1.25 spring. It's got a Bruise Master barrel, 33 centimeter barrel, just a slimline hop up, and it was nothing flash, but it worked really well. 12 to 1s obviously are pretty bloody quick. Bushes, not bearings, and it ran like clockwork for a bloody long time. Testament to Shannon, as always, his builds are just absolutely phenomenal. Motor eventually died. We then put, when I say we, Shannon put in for me another one. I can't think what it was. I think it was a J11 or J10 motor. But unfortunately, not that long after that, I fell on it. And it came open at the rear of the receiver, hinged on the pin here, and it did actually damage the front of my cylinder head. So I had the one-piece cylinder and cylinder head, and it did actually bend the nozzle over, which was a bit of a drama. So we pulled it apart. We've put a different nozzle and everything in there now. It's got an M100 spring in there. Shannon's changed the motor out for a 480 long M150 kind of crazy thing. I do need to get a longer grip. The boys at GBU have got a grip for me because, as you can see, the M150 doesn't fit in the standard Gen 9 grip here. It's a bit too short. But we've also got, again, thanks to Shaka, we've got a Gate Asta. Hence the patch in here. which is super cool. Obviously, I don't have a battery and stuff in there right now, but it allows you to run things like binary. So it goes bang, 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 bang. It's an optical, so the trigger doesn't have the sliding trolley, the dolly switch in there anymore, which makes the trigger not scratchy like it used to be. The trigger block's gone. It did go through a couple of SHS trigger blocks in this one, and we do know why that happened. When that Qihai Red copy motor was dying, it must have been drawing some stupid amps because it burnt out two trigger blocks before we realized what caused it. And before we pulled it down last time round, we did actually find that the batteries were not lasting well at all. Of course, I'm just using the Turnigy AS batteries. So that's when we found the motor was dead. But yeah, so Shaka's done his thing. It's very quick on binary because the mag only runs for that split second of bzz, bzz. It sometimes can struggle to feed as in the mag feed. So what we might find, I might turn the motor speed down a little bit. Using the Asta, you can just turn your percentage down a bit. And also to just make sure everything stays sealed. There's a little bit of FPS drop on full auto because it's pretty quick. We do know how to fix it. That's all just in the tappet plate. But I might just turn the motor down a little bit just to keep the rate of fire down a little bit anyway. It doesn't need to be crazy. So it's around about just over 300 FPS now. I think it was an M90 spring, sorry, it went in there. Turn the power down. With an M110, it was 370, 360, 370, but it's almost pointless. The accuracy was still pretty damn good, but a lot of fields have dropped to the 300. There's not much point being much over. So it's down around just over 300, I think it is. As is this one. I haven't really got anything over 300. My Vector's 270. The what is that? UMP45 is just shy of 300. At hardcore, it came in at 295, something like that. This poor little thing's not even 200. It's only got a 9cm barrel. So yeah, I'm really excited to give this a run again. It's crazy, really is crazy how light it is. Oh. My guess here is this is 3.5, 4 kilos. It's probably 2, if that. It's still got a bit of weight to it, you know, comparing it to a Vector or something, it's got some weight to it, but yeah, still very, very different. Obviously, with extended stock on the Blitz, we are similar length as the Gen 9 on its first click, I guess. Yeah. So lengthwise to the fore end, we're very similar. Very, very, very similar overall. The fore end's fatter on the Blitz, which is nice. A little bit more weight. But yeah, can't wait. I would, honestly, I'd say this one's probably not going to get used that much anymore. That Blitz really is next level. I love my Vector. I love my UMP. Shaka's also got my MP5K, which is a crazy little thing. Again, mags couldn't keep up. 12 to 1s. Qihai Red, I think it was. Can't remember. Nothing crazy, but fast. And the tiny, tiny, tiny little mags couldn't keep up. And what we put it down to, we actually took off the second mag. This is actually the auxiliary mag. So this is the main mag that runs on the MP5K. This one's a secondary load. So you can fill both mags and you get twice the capacity. But what we found is the volume in here for the gels to physically fall, gravity feed, to get down to the motor and come back up the tube, they're building a bridge and they're getting clogged up. So the mags literally cannot keep up. So we're actually pulling the 12 to 1 gears out of the MP5K, putting some 16s in it. So it's not going to be mental fast, but hopefully these crappy little mags will keep up and just make it run. Because it did run, and it runs, but the gels just don't come out. When you fire the thing with it being so small, it just shudders all over the place. Not like real recoil at all, because it's it pulls forward as much as it does backwards. You know, it's just literally vibrating around. Nice little power tool for the, the partner. But yeah, we'll slow it down a little bit as well. So this one for now, I've put a red dot on the side there. I was thinking I might put a scope on top. I might actually just pull the red dot off completely on this one and just run it with the irons, the Magpul backups. I don't have front sight on this one at the moment because I had my torch on there, the Olight Valkyrie PL2. Because I put the rail on the, didn't put a rail on the bottom to put the foregrip, I had to put the torch on the top. So I need to put that Magpul backup sight back on there. So I might just leave this one with iron sights, take off the Doctor again. But massive shout out to Shannon at Shackers. His work really is unreal. While we're here, just another quick shout out. I think I mentioned it in the last little bit, I don't know. This is my best mate, my teammate, my business partner, my brother in the world out there. My Apex, Iggy's Vector. This one also, the MOSFET died. Now, it was the pre-current generation of MOSFET, which means it wasn't just an easy changeover. Unfortunately, when mine died, I kind of gave up on it, just stripped it and put Gen 8 style wiring in there. This one, Benny at GBU actually managed to get it, he didn't physically do it, but tell me how to do it. Retrofitting the new MOSFET in there. So what actually happens is the only thing that changes is the select fire changes. So we still get single fire, burst and auto, but instead of it being single, burst and auto, it's now, I think it's burst, auto and single shot. So they're ass about face, back to front. So it still works, you just need to remember which one to put it in. And Iggy being Iggy runs it in burst pretty much all the time. So that it's good, great, it still works. Mine unfortunately isn't that way inclined anymore. It's just full auto only with no prime. Same for the little one. It also had a dead MOSFET. That one then had a seized motor, so I've gone through 2 motors in these. Shannon's, Cannon's, Shacker's Clackers. He said to me, I said to the boys of the day, what are my motor options? Because these Vector motors are junk. Gone through too many, sick of them dying, and they can take switches with them. I'm a firm believer that it's probably the motor dying that causes the MOSFET to die by overdrawing the amp. So Brent and Shannon in our conversation turned around and said, just run the new Azrael AK motors for the guys that have put bigger motors in them. They're a 480 short. Perfect. They're a good quality motor. They're running them standard in their AKs. 330, 340 FPS on 11 volt. Not a drama at all. So that's perfect. So I'll have a couple of motors coming my way from my boys that I can put a new one in here. And I'm going to put a XASR gate MOSFET in there just to protect that switch, because it's the 3 amp switch is not going to survive. And then put a new motor in that, and if money allows I might put an XASR or an EasyFET or something like that in there just to protect the switch as well. Well, that's it from me, guys. Hope you're all well. Hope that coronavirus is not being a drama for you. Hope you're not drinking too many Coronas just for the sake of it, because everyone's talking about Corona all the time. The obvious cure is just always have a lime on hand. Thanks, guys. That was a terrible joke. I'm a dad. I'm allowed. I'll see you again soon. Peace out.